السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Welcome to the deep learning course. Make sure that you are in the right classroom again for those who are just coming. I usually start with this. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. Oh Allah, let us learn what would benefit us from what we learn, and increase us in knowledge. And always this should be our goal. And this one, من سلك طريقا يلتمس فيه علما سهل الله له به طريقا إلى الجنة. Whoever follows a path to seek knowledge therein, Allah will make easy for him or her a path to paradise. And this should be our intention. Again, not only from this course, but in any course that you are taking, or any knowledge that you seek. And in addition to that, and with what we are seeing maybe right now in Gaza, I think we should have another intention in addition to what we have just mentioned. With the weakness that we are in now, and the feeling that we are not able to even help those people, I think we have something that we can do, maybe in the long run, but we have some responsibility, is to excel in what we are doing, in our specialties, so that we can, inshallah, in the long run, make a change. So let this be another intention from now on, okay? Is not to learn just for the GPA, for the degree, for the job, for the certificate. Learn to benefit your ummah, okay? And in addition to that, also remember that the genocide that is being done now in Gaza is unfortunately powered by AI. Is powered by AI, unfortunately. I don't know if you heard this or not, but there are many reports that the techniques that are used are actually powered by AI and deep learning techniques. So I hope that this is another intention for you to learn this course, to know how this is done, and maybe try to stop it. And remember also that إن الله يحب إذا عمل أحدكم عملا أن يتقنه. Allah loves it when one of you does something that he or she masters it, or does it in a very well way, in the best way possible. Okay, not just أن يعمل, أن يتقنه. Okay, with that in mind, welcome to deep learning. This is a field that really changed the world, and I will explain, inshallah, very soon why I think it changed the world. Before doing that, let me introduce myself. My name is Tamer Said. I'm an associate professor of computer science. This is where my office is. I don't know if you see. Yeah, this is where my office is, in B386 in the second floor. This is my email address, my phone number, my web page, and I also exist virtually on the web. I exist on Twitter, I exist on YouTube, and I exist also on LinkedIn. My major specialty is in a field called information retrieval. This is the field behind building search engines. And I have also minor specialties in subfields like data science, big data analytics, and applied machine learning. And this is where I came from to teach this course and my interest in deep learning. A bit of my history. I'm Egyptian. I graduated from University of Alexandria in Egypt in 1997. And I got my master in 2001 from the same university. Then I went to get my PhD from the US from University of Maryland, College Park in 2009. I spent one more year after that as a postdoc. Postdoc position is like a training position before you apply for professor positions. While I was doing my PhD, I spent a summer at Google as a software engineering intern in 2007. After I was done with my postdoc in Maryland, I had another postdoc at KAUST, King Abdullah University of Science and Technology in Saudi Arabia. I spent 1 year there. And then in 2011, I moved to Egypt as a researcher in Microsoft in Cairo for one more year before I came to Qatar University in 2012 as an assistant professor and in 2018 as an associate professor. So this is very brief history of mine. Um, if you didn't take any courses with me, and I think many of you didn't, how many of you, can you raise your hand if you took any course? I think only two. You took a course with me before? Oh, you too. And you? Oh, so you are telling her that, reminding her. Okay, yeah, so three only. So most of you didn't. Um here is a bit of my teaching style. Those know me very well. I like interaction a lot in class. I ask many questions. I also like to be asked to get questions from you. I like to know and memorize your names. I will try from today to remember your names. So please, before you answer or ask any questions, let me know your name so that I can remember it. I like also to give practical assignments. You will see that inshallah in this course. Try to link what we learn to real applications as much as we can. And I like to learn whether from the material that I'm teaching or from you, from the questions that challenge me. So this is my side. Now it's your turn. Okay, so I want you to tell me your name, first name for now, assuming that there will be no conflict, and something interesting about you. Welcome back again to deep learning. And here's why I think, or let me explain why I think that deep learning has changed the world. First of all, how many of you agree with me that it changed the world? Okay, why? So you raise your hand, right? Why? Why do you think it changed the world? What do you mean? Because the use of AI in what? Everywhere. Okay. So you think that AI is now used everywhere? So it really changed our daily lives because we use many applications that are powered by AI. But this is AI, right? But here we're talking about deep learning. Is it the same? What do you think? Yes. Okay, so that's something similar to what we just said, right? It is used now in. Oh, you mean deep learning is the mathematical models? Okay, and how? Mhm. Okay, very good. Okay, and this is related to deep learning, right? Not just AI, or you're talking about AI again? You're talking. eh, Okay, very good. Okay, okay, we'll talk about that. Yeah. Um, yes. So mainly deep learning is behind many of the applications that we use in our daily lives. Okay, and they actually changed the way that we actually live. And all of that because of um, the model called neural networks. We can actually say that neural networks are taking over the world by a storm because it is the model that is used in so many applications, and it made actually breakthroughs in many in solving many problems. We can say that neural networks are becoming one of the main approaches to AI, if not the main approach nowadays to AI, which means that it is just one way of the models or the techniques that are used in AI. We'll talk about that, inshallah, in detail later. As we said, it was successfully applied to many applications, and we'll talk about several of them right now. We'll give you examples of real world applications that you might have heard of or even used them already. that are powered by neural networks. And they established the state of the art in many problems. What do we mean by state of the art? When we say establish the state of the art, we mean that they achieved, or using neural networks, achieved, in solving problems, achieved the best performance currently in solving many problems. Even problems that were tried before using other machine learning techniques, the neural networks and deep learning established new performance levels, or solving even new problems that we didn't try before. Give you some examples. Speech recognition is powered by neural networks and thus deep learning. And we'll talk about the relationship between neural networks and deep learning. But for now, you can think of them as very related. You know what is speech recognition? What is speech recognition? Yes, so it's transcription from audio. When you say something and the system transcribe or says exactly or detects exactly what we said in text. Translation, and I think many of us are using nowadays more and more the machine translation systems like Google Translate. It's now much more reliable than before. This is powered by neural networks and deep learning. Generating images from description. You can give a description, textual description, and you ask the system to generate images that reflects or represents these descriptions. This is powered by neural networks. And I think the most famous application is ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT, you can chat with it, ask questions, get answers, opinions, sometimes suggestions, many things that are also powered by neural networks and deep learning. This is the reverse problem of what we just mentioned about the giving a description and generating the image. This is the opposite, giving an image and asking the system to describe it. Okay. Also, there were breakthroughs in the performance using neural networks. Even some systems that are powered by AI techniques and machine learning techniques and deep learning techniques now are beating the best human performance in some problems. Of course, you are familiar with chess, right? There is a more sophisticated version of chess called Go. It's much more complex than chess. And there was a system that was built that was able to beat the best Go player in the world at some point. Success of neural networks is seen in many fields, even from arts to astronomy to healthcare, stock market, in so many fields. I will give you a few more applications here. Finding good search results. This is powered by deep learning. Estimating the price. Many of us use Uber for rides. Have you thought about how the price is estimated and how the time is estimated and so on? This is powered by deep learning. Monitoring the unusual behavior, whether indoor or outdoor, through surveillance. This is done by deep learning. Self-driving cars now are powered by deep learning. Even teaching robots how to cook is also powered by deep learning. Okay, with that very quick introduction, let me now switch a little bit to talk about some administrative stuff about the course. First of all, please come on time. Okay, today was exception that we started 5 minutes late, but inshallah from next time we will start on time. Okay. This is our schedule. The time of the lecture, Monday and Wednesday. The office hour is not determined yet. I will, inshallah, share with you this week, but it will be in my office. If the time that will be selected is not very convenient for you at any point, you can email me and schedule an appointment in a time that is convenient for both of us. Okay, just email me and we'll do that. Of course, the attendance policy of QU will be enforced. And this is very important. If you miss the class, you are responsible for all the material that is covered and all announcements that will be made in the class. Okay, so make sure that you are aware of what happened in the lectures that you missed. Class policy, you can ask me at any time. Just raise your hand and I will find the right time to answer your questions. But please don't answer without permission. If I ask question, and just raise your hand also, and I will see who can answer. In many cases, I can see if you understand the material from your faces, just by my experience, but sometimes I cannot. So it is your responsibility to make sure that you really understand the material. Ask questions as you wish. Don't be shy of asking questions at any time, because it's your responsibility, really, to make sure that you understand. And don't be like me. When I was a student, I was very shy to ask questions. And I realized after that that was really bad. I missed many opportunities to learn by not asking questions in class. Okay, so whatever the material that you are not sure or you didn't understand, stop me, raise your hand, and ask the question, and I can repeat that, inshallah, and try to make sure that you understand it. Okay. While in class, please don't use your phones. Turn it off, or at least put it on vibration. No texting, no tweetings. Okay, so please just be with me. If you feel at any point that you really need to tweet or to post on Facebook or any of the social media, or making a phone call, you can get outside the class without my permission. Yeah, don't just take don't ask for my permission. Just go outside the class, do whatever you want, and come back. Okay, but whenever you are in class, be with me. About computers, laptops, tablets, and anything like that, it's okay to take notes. It's okay to code sometimes when I ask you to do that. But other than that, please turn them off. Shut them down. Class resources, I think you noticed that the Blackboard page now is ready, right? Did you see it? And I started to put the slides there. I will use it really extensively. Everything will be there: syllabus, announcements, slides, lecture notes, lectures, handouts, if there is any handouts, due dates, assignments, everything. All the resources will be, inshallah, on Blackboard. Notice that you don't get notifications automatically from Blackboard sometimes, or actually most of the times. Okay, or maybe always. But so don't rely on getting notifications from Blackboard. Okay, you need to regularly check our page. The syllabus is not there yet. I will, inshallah, make it available by the next lecture. Okay, now this is I think the most important slide in this lecture. Officially, there are no prerequisites for the class on the system, because this is a special topics course. It changes the topic over time, so there is no prerequisites that can be specified in advance. But in reality, there are, and this is what we will talk about in this slide. First of all, I know that some of you took already machine learning course, okay, but this is not required for the class. So I will not assume that you know machine learning if you already have taken the course. Okay, doesn't matter to me. You took it, you didn't, there's no problem. Okay, so machine learning is not a prerequisite for this class. I'm not assuming that you have any machine learning knowledge. Okay, is that clear? Right. That being said, there are actually prerequisites, which are, first of all, programming, of course. Okay, so I expect that at least you took object-oriented programming and preferred data structures also. Okay, so to that level. And of course, we will use Python. I think this is okay with every one of you. Then I also assume that you have basic knowledge in calculus. Okay, mainly how to compute derivatives, gradients, partial derivatives, and all of that. Okay, I also assume that you have basic knowledge of probability and statistics, the main probability theory, Bayes rule, chain rule, the basic things. Okay, and statistics, of course, how to compute averages, expectations, variance, and all of that. And also linear algebra. You know what we mean by linear equation, matrices, vectors, how to multiply matrices, how to multiply a matrix by a vector, and so on. So this is the basic requirements for the course. If you are missing if you are missing most of these, then I think you should stop here, maybe leave the room if you want, and drop the course. If you're really missing most of these. If you are missing one of these, talk to me. Okay, we'll see how we can manage it if possible. Okay, questions? Yes. Uh, okay, I will. Okay, I will not be able to do that every lecture, and there's no time to do any revision in the lecture. But I will do that in advance. Yani maybe this week or by the weekend, I will try to post some revision material, okay, on these topics just to refresh. But I don't expect that you don't know anything about this and you use this material, because it's not teaching you the entire material. It's just quick tutorials or revision. So you cannot rely completely on that from zero, from scratch. Okay, but it should be a good refresher. Okay, so I will try to do that, inshallah. Okay, here are my two goals from the course, and I hope that you will achieve them. First, to understand the basic principles behind the techniques of deep learning, and while having practical experience applying them to real world applications. So these are the two goals: understanding the principles and applying them in real problems. So by the end of the semester, I hope that you will be able to, given a problem, you understand it, identify or detect if it can be actually solved by deep learning, and apply the appropriate deep learning model to it. This is an important note, that this course is not just a survey of models, خلاص, يعني just going through models and not linking them to real applications. And also, it's not a tutorial of specific libraries. Yani we are not here to learn a library to be used in deep learning. We will use one of the libraries, actually, which is PyTorch. But the main idea is to learn the basic concepts, the basic principles behind deep learning, and then you can use any of the libraries, actually. Okay. The textbook that we will use, actually, this is the book. I have a hard copy of it. It's a very new book. It's called Understanding Deep Learning. It's really a great book, and I read many chapters from it. It's very up to date and easy to follow and read. So I hope that you will you will actually use it, read it, and benefit from it. It has very nice figures. We will see the figures really very sophisticated and very well designed to make sure that you really understand the concept. And the nice thing is that also it's a mix between theoretical and practical. It has no proofs, so it's not theoretical. Of course, it has equations, as we will see, but there is no extensive proofs there. Actually, not a single proof. And it's not all about coding. Okay, so it's nice. It's a nice mix. And also, most importantly, it is available freely by the author on that website. and the author actually keeps putting new versions. I think the last version was last week, something like that. But we will, of course, fix specific versions so that we have the same version that we are looking at. Okay, I will share that specific version, I think, from May 2024 that we would use. And that's an important also note that many slides that I'm using are actually adopted from the content by the author Simon Vance. So thanks to him. Topics. These are not the topics of the course as a whole. This is the table of content of the book. We're not, of course, able to cover everything. So in the beginning, we will cover the basic material, which is coming to chapter 9. Okay, so inshallah, we will cover everything up to chapter 9. And this is mainly about the deep neural networks, how to train them, how to measure the performance of it, and so on. And then we will see more specialized and more complex architectures of deep learning. We'll start by convolutional neural networks, CNNs, and these are models that are specialized especially to images. So we will, inshallah, study them, chapter 10, and then we'll study transformers and large language models, which are models that are specialized more to process text, like ChatGPT and GPT-4 and so on. That's chapter 12. And then we will move to unsupervised learning and generative models, GANs in chapter 15, and stable diffusion models in chapter 18. And also, finally, if we have time, we will go through deep reinforcement learning. That's chapter 19. In reality, the last 4 chapters, those 14, 15, 18, and 19, we will do them as much as time permits. Okay, so we will select based on time, based on the pace of the course. There will be notebooks also, notebooks that are with the book and with the slides. Sometimes I will show you in the lectures some of the codes. We'll play with it together, change things, see what is the effect, and so on. That will reassure the understanding of you of some of the concepts, and sometimes also we'll use them in the assignments. They are working in Google Colab. How many of you are familiar with Colab? Okay, so we'll give you an introduction on that. Of course, we'll share with you a tutorial on that, but that's really pretty easy. How many of you are familiar with Jupyter notebooks? Okay, much more. Okay, so those notebooks also can be used with Jupyter. That's okay, but you need to install the libraries, the NumPy, Matplotlib, and PyTorch. But I prefer that you use Colab. It's really easy and very similar to Jupyter. But to do that, you will need a Google account. Okay, so please try to create an account before the next lecture. Okay. Okay, maybe this is the slide that you are waiting for in this lecture, the grade distribution. We will have homework assignments. This includes problem solving and programming assignments. Sometimes it's a mix, and one assignment has both. And that will be for 10%. We'll have like from 4 to 5 assignments like that, and I will drop the worst of them in terms of grades. And these are for individuals. We will have quizzes for 20%. I'm planning to have 5 quizzes. We'll also drop the worst of them. And there will be no makeup quizzes. So if you miss one quiz, then consider it the one that is the worst. There will be a project also in the second half of the course, and it will be for 20% of the grade, and you will be in teams of 2. We'll, of course, share details at the time, inshallah. And as the homework assignments, the project also will be in Python. Finally, the exams, we'll have two exams, midterm exam for 20% and final exam for 30%, and both are closed book. Okay, any questions about that? I said here tentative because it's not 100% finalized. It will be finalized by, inshallah, next lecture when I post the syllabus. The date for the midterm exam, you will see it on the syllabus, inshallah. Okay, so I will specify exactly the date from now so that you can plan ahead. Okay, now what I expect from you in the course, first of all, is to work hard. Let me tell you something that's very important. This topic is nowadays the hottest topic in the field, in your field. Okay, so you have to really give a lot of effort and time to understand it. Okay, so that you gain really the knowledge that is being used now in your field. Okay, and if you did it well, I think this would be really a great asset in your CV and in applying for jobs, inshallah, in the future. Okay, so you really need to work hard in that course. You need to review your math. I will help you, inshallah, by posting some material. You will do, of course, a fair amount of programming. Attend the lectures, and by attending the lectures, I mean really attending the lectures, not just sitting in the classroom. And I think you understand the difference. And try to come to class prepared. And by being prepared, I mean try to do the reading, the required readings in advance. In the syllabus, I will tell you exactly what are the chapters that are corresponding to which topic. Try to read in advance as much as you can. Okay, that will help you a lot when you come to the lectures. And of course, complete the homework and assignment and programming assignments independently. Plan your time. Start from day one. Don't wait until the last minute or 5 minutes or day. Okay. Okay. Now a quick poll to make sure that you are awake. And by poll here, I mean I will pose questions for you and some answers, potential answers, and you think and tell me what the answer that you think is correct. Okay? And we'll do that, inshallah. We'll try to do that over time. And now we covered a lot of material, right? Yes? No. Okay. Well, at least we covered something, and you will see now questions on that thing. First, what's the name of our textbook? Sure? It's not Introduction to Deep Learning? Okay, very good. How many quizzes will we have? 5, inshallah. Okay. Not 4, not 6. Okay. Do you want more? Okay. Can you make up any quiz? No. Okay. Or it depends? No. Okay. Among the needed background for this course, calculus, algebra. How about networks? It's neural networks, right? Neural networks and computer networks are brothers. Huh? So, but no, but computer networks is completely different. Okay, so it's not required here, of course. Yeah. So geometry is not required. I think, yeah. Calculus and linear algebra are really needed, and of course, computer networks are not. Okay. Right. Plagiarism. This is very serious, right? Okay. So it's very serious, and I always say that if I would have found a bigger symbol, okay, than that, I would have put it. Okay, so it's a very serious matter, and I will tell you in a couple of slides why I think it's very serious, but let me explain. Copying from each other or from external sources is cheating. Okay, if it happened in one problem, let's say that we have an assignment 10 problems, it happened in one problem, it's considered the whole thing. Okay, so you'll get 0 in the whole thing. If just one problem is cheated, and both the cheater and cheated from will get the same 0. This is trivial, but I have to say it. assignments for individuals are actually assignments for individuals, not teams. Okay, so all the homework assignments should be done by yourself. The handed-in work must be your own. See that you put your name on whatever you submit, right? What does that mean? It means that this is yours. It's not Google's answers. It's not ChatGPT's answers. It's not GPT-4 answers. Not Gemini's answers. Whatever. Okay. It's not your friend's answers. It's yours. Okay. So don't copy. Don't let someone read your work, and so on. And of course, we will apply the regulations of the university whenever an incident happens. And this is why I think it's very serious. It's serious because of that. من غش فليس منا. Whoever deceives, he or she is not one of us anymore. And this is extremely serious. ليس منا. Okay? Extremely serious. So please take it at that level. Okay. With that, I wish that, inshallah, you will learn a lot. I hope. And you will learn while you enjoy it, inshallah. I hope that the class, you will find the class, inshallah, very fun. Okay, ready for the fun? To start, inshallah. So this part of the lecture is about introduction to deep learning. Okay, the previous one was just welcoming you. Okay, first thing to talk about, we still have 10 minutes, right? So first thing is, what is AI? You hear about this word a lot, right? AI. What is AI? What does it stand for? Artificial intelligence. Very good. Okay, so that's easy. What do you mean by AI? What is it all about? Yes. It tries to act as human brain. You are close, but it's not exactly like that. First, does it? Huh? Yeah. Does it have to act like human brain exactly, or something? Simulating it. Okay. Like simulating it in every aspect. In what? So this is, you're talking about autonomous systems, yani a system that can make decisions by its own. But what exactly about the decisions? What type of decisions? What are we trying to simulate about humans? Logical? From the name, about intelligence. Okay, so AI is about building systems that can simulate the human's intelligence. Okay, we do things by our intelligence, right? We do things. Sometimes we do them by default, but they are actually intelligent. They are not very trivial. Okay, like we said something like speech recognition, right? When you talk, I immediately realize or understand what you are saying, right? Do I think about it first? Okay, I don't. I don't even know, by the way, how I do it. Okay, and that's back to your comment about mimicking the human brain. It's not about mimicking how the brain works, because mostly we don't know, by the way. Okay, but we see the effect. We see what the brain is doing, and that's what we want to mimic or simulate. Not exactly how it works. Okay, and the great example about that is the plane. The plane flies the way that birds fly. No, of course, right? It doesn't flip the wings, right? It has wings now, but it doesn't flip the wings to fly. But the act itself is mimicked. Okay, it's similar here. We are trying to mimic what the human is doing in an intelligent way, not exactly how the human is doing it. Right. So this is AI. So we can think of AI as a big umbrella or big block of models or techniques. Okay, it includes logical techniques, it includes reasoning techniques, include searching techniques, include learning techniques, many things in AI. Now, what is machine learning then? Type. Can we say machine learning is AI? Yes. What do you mean by part? You mean an area of AI or sub area? Yeah. So machine learning is sub area of AI. Okay. Nowadays, many people confuse both things. Many people thinks that AI is machine learning. Whenever you say machine learning, it's AI. Yes, machine learning is AI always, but not the opposite. Okay, AI has other techniques than machine learning. So AI actually is a bigger umbrella than machine learning. Machine learning is just sub area within AI. Okay, type. What is specific about machine learning? It 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 covers the techniques that by which we can learn systems, we can learn models from data. We can learn from data. Okay, we can build systems that learn from data. That's the specific thing about machine learning. So if we have observations in our world, if we have data in our world, we use them to learn systems that can mimic the human intelligence. Okay, now machine learning is divided into three sub areas: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. We'll talk about each one, inshallah, briefly in the next lecture. But now you also heard about neural networks, right? Or deep neural networks. How is that related to machine learning? Yes? It uses data to learn, okay? Which means, how is it related to machine learning? It is part of machine learning, okay? So there are more specialized techniques within machine learning, okay? So you can expect that deep learning is inside the block of machine learning. It is also a sub-area of machine learning. So does that mean it is also sub-area of AI? No, of course. Okay? It is sub-area of machine learning, which is sub-area of AI. Type. This is deep learning or deep neural networks. Are these two different things? Okay, so deep neural networks is the technique itself, is the model itself, is the mathematical model itself. Okay, but how can we come up with a good mathematical model? This is by deep learning. So deep learning is the way that or the techniques that we use to train neural networks, or deep neural networks in particular. Okay, did you understand that? So we have AI, within it we have machine learning, within machine learning we have deep learning. Okay, and deep learning is all about training neural networks. You don't know what neural networks is or are so far, right? We didn't talk about what are they, but they are just specialized models of machine learning that made breakthroughs now in so many applications. Yes. Yes, that's another name. Yeah. Another name of neural networks in general. Okay? Is the relationship between neural networks and deep learning clear now? Okay. So let me show you this. Now, AI here, okay, you don't see it. So AI here, within it, machine learning, and machine learning has, as we said, three sub-areas. For all of the three sub-areas, the techniques are trained, or there are techniques that are trained using deep learning. So deep neural networks are actually used in in all of them, the three of them, and the training is done by deep learning. Okay, is that clear now? Let me check. Okay, here's a question for you. AI is all about deep learning. Sure? Okay, no. Type. What is fitting mathematical models to observe data? Is it AI? Is it machine learning? Didn't we talk? Didn't we say that we learn models from observed data? This is machine learning, right? So machine learning is about learning or training or building models from data. Okay, so machine learning is correct here. Is that clear or not? So not everything, not all the techniques of AI learn from data. Not all of them. The ones that actually learn from data is powered by machine learning. Okay, is that clear now? So how about deep learning? Can we say deep learning is also fitting mathematical models to observed data? Yes or no? Yeah, because it's part of machine learning, right? So, which means that these two answers are correct. Okay? Yes, question? Data that we collect from the real world. What is you here? The system or the human? The person who collects the data, sometimes the machine collects the data, by the way. Okay. Of course, it knows the type of the data, but it might be huge data. Yeah. It can be used for training, training machine learning models or deep learning models. Yeah, observed means it's collected or it's seen, it's collected from real world. Okay? Okay. One more thing. Deep learning is equal to machine learning? Why not? Yes? Exactly. It's not equal. Okay? There are techniques in machine learning that are not deep learning. How many of you took machine learning course? Okay, so I think you know many models that are not about deep learning. For example, decision trees. That's not deep learning. That's not neural networks. Okay? And we will not study these. Okay, last one. What is considered a type of machine learning? And the word type here is by any sense. It's a type of machine learning. Can we say deep neural networks is a type of machine learning? Yes, of course. Right? Can we say supervised learning is a type of machine learning? Yes, we said that machine learning has three divisions, right? Supervised is one of them. But can we say deep learning is a type of machine learning? Hmm. Why not? Yeah, but subfield means it's a type of it, right? Yes, it is a type, of course, of machine learning. Okay, but not everything. And if you remember the previous question, it's not everything in machine learning. There are many different models or techniques in machine learning than deep learning. Okay, is that clear? I hope by these questions, yani, you understand better the concepts that we covered, although we didn't cover much today. It's just very quick things. Any questions? Okay, I guess we will stop here, inshallah, and continue next time. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.